van was shaking around. It was over 100-mile-an-hour winds. So it's taken another 40 quid on the card. Charge point is unavailable. The charging session did not start. Please try again. Same again. Useless. It's a repeat of what happened the other day. And here we go again. Range anxiety is a thing of the past. And it's failed again. So that's another Charge Scotland charger that isn't working. Right, we have a problem to deal with. Good morning and welcome back. You join me as I've just spent the last 2 days getting up to Scotland. I'm literally just outside Inverness and I'm about to start the NC500 in our electric ID Buzz. Okay, it is -4 degrees out there. It is freezing and everything's covered in snow. So beautiful. What a great way to start the NC500. Yesterday on the way up, I bumped into a subscriber, somebody that watches the videos, and the roads were terrible getting up here on the A9, was closed. Anyway, she got in touch and she lives just outside Inverness, and she said, look, if you want to stay at ours, park on our drive, we've got plenty of room. So that's where I stayed last night. So thank you very, very much. What a great scenic way to start the NC500. Look at this. Oh my days. Uh-oh. Back ends all over the place. So she's given me a scenic way to start the NC500 by taking a small road and heading into Inverness, where we're going to get a beautiful view of the city of Inverness. How awesome is this? Absolutely love it. The landscape here is absolutely amazing. I love it. Thank you very much. Whoa, this is all over the shop. It's a bit slippy this morning. This being back-wheel drive is not very clever. Well, it's fun. So the battery is down to 40% from using the heating last night and what have you. It's got 70 miles on it. So I'm going to head into Inverness now, top up a bit of charge and maybe get a few supplies at the same time. Been on the road for 2 days now. I'm heading up to hopefully make it to Groats and beyond today. So fingers crossed. Just look at it! Fantastic. And we're nowhere near the NC500 yet. Wait till we get right up into the Highlands. That'll be amazing. Well, there we are. We're just south of Inverness right now. Look at that awesome view over Inverness and the mountains beyond. I'm not sure if this camera is picking it up and doing it justice because it's so wide angle, but what a view. And the sun's out this morning, lighting it all up. Beautiful. And here we go. Inverness, the start of the NC500. Look at the snow in there. Hey, oh my word. Right, we have a problem to deal with. I did notice as I was going to bed last night that the milk was leaking in the fridge. You know, these don't like being laid on their side, do they? So I've got to deal with that this morning. It's everywhere. Not a good start to our NC500, but get this cleared up and we'll get back on the road. Right, that's the fridge sorted. I think we'll have some muesli. So I just popped into Asda to get a few supplies. A bit more Pepsi Max because I'm nearly out of that. Bit of sugar. But more importantly, some containers to put the milk in so I can store that in the fridge without it leaking. But the lady in there just told me something interesting. In Scotland, you can't buy alcohol after 10 at night or before 10 in the morning. Scottish law. I'm in a foreign country. There we are. Problem solved. Yay! It's working at last. Thought we was going to have a repeater yesterday, but we're getting just 50 kilowatts an hour. So this will be a while. So I know the number one question on your mind is about the charging infrastructure around the NC500. Now I know that people have been doing loops around the NC500 in electric cars for 7-8 years or so. The infrastructure has been there, although I understand it is a little dated in the likes of places like Inverness. I understand you still need an RFID card to make that one work. Charging has been pretty good on the way here, and we did one by the book the other day, which was like 80% in half an hour. This charger, on the other hand, is actually charging at 64 kilowatts an hour right now. I've been on for about half an hour and there's still half an hour left if I want to fully charge it. So this isn't a fast charger, but it is a fast charger, but it's not charging that rapid at an hour to fully charge it. So yeah, not the best. I need to make use of this time. I've had my breakfast. I could have been doing this while I was having my breakfast, but instead I was over in Asda's car park. So never mind. We'll get this topped up as far as I can so I can get to Groats, which Having a look at John Groats on the map. It's 2 hours 50 and 122 miles away. So that's my aim to get there this afternoon, hopefully around lunchtime. There you go, 90%, that'll do. That'll get me up there, no problem. Right, let's do this. Okay, I've made it to Wick. Now, Wick is one of the last big towns. Thurso is the last one before going over the top there. And it's certainly one that we stopped at last time. Top tip, what we like to do is use leisure centres when we need a shower and what have you. And last time we stopped, showered and swum at Wick Leisure Centre, so that's handy. Fortunately, I had a shower this morning, so I'm all good and nice and clean on that. Whilst I'm on the subject, by the way, we are doing it anti-clockwise. We're doing the NC500, and that's the recommended way to do it. And most people will tell you that it's much more picturesque in the west. I'm going to carry on going. I've got plenty of charge in here right now. I've still got 71 miles, 37%, and it's 16 miles to John Groats. So I'm going to push on through, get to John Groats, and possibly plug in the charger right there. Nearly there. 1.7 miles left to go. Look at that view out there. Yay, John Groats, baby! And we're here. Fantastic. Right, I've just got the obligatory shot with the van and the sign in the background, as you do. Now let's get this thing plugged in and charged. I think we're down to 26%. Let's get it topped up. As you see, we've got 3 Osprey chargers here. Successful. And there we go. We're at 68 kilowatts charging. And to fully charge it, again, would be around about an hour at that rate. So let's cook a bit of lunch. So we've got a bit of salmon and let's see what else. Some potato salad. There you go. I think we'll cook that up for lunch. And we're going to use our trusty air fryer to cook that up with. So I've got the paper inserts. These are really good for not having loads of washing up. Otherwise that pan will get very, very messy. Put that in there. Just the right size to fit my piece of salmon in. Let's try 8 minutes on that side and then we'll flip it over. And then this is cold, we'll put this into warm at the end, I think. Right, while that's cooking there, let's maybe go and find the toilets and have a quick look around. And we're getting 72 kilowatts an hour, which is pretty good for the middle of nowhere, right? It's very cold and very windy, and I'm the only bloody one out here. Oh, but here we are, guys. That wind is going to be too bad on this, but there it is. We made it. Brilliant. Oh, and look, maybe I should put a Roman Radford sticker on here. It really is bitterly cold. Don't know what I'm doing out here. It's pretty dead here. Car park's pretty empty. So there are actually quite a few chargers here. There's a 3 I'm at over there. There's another Groats one over here. So there's more chargers than you might think on this NC500. Look how filthy the car is. Oh, right. Let's see how we're getting on. Oh, it smells good. Oh, it's nice and warm in here. Oh, oh. God, can't feel my fingers. So bloody cold out there. Why are the nutters doing it at this time of year, eh? Ooh, it's coming along a treat. Let's give it a little flip, shall we? So whilst the salmon's on its final few minutes of cooking, I want to tell you about this week's sponsor, and that is Surfshark. Surfshark has sponsored the channel for 4 years now, and we've used them all the time. Best thing about them is it's unlimited devices for one account. There's a lot of us and we've got a lot of devices. The kids, they use it for the IP changing, so they can look like they're in a different country. So when we're abroad, when we was doing our trip around Turkey, Harry was logged on there using Surfshark so he could watch the football back home, and George likes to be able to change his country so he can watch different Netflixes in different countries as well. So that's really, really handy. Lindsay always uses it for shopping. She has a Surfshark on, looks after it. It keeps her protected from the baddies and anyone that wants to get your data out there. What it does is it encrypts your data into a tunnel, so everything's safe going between your device and the internet. So you've got nothing to worry about. They also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So now's probably the best time to give it a go. Also, you can get 4 months free if you go to our thing, which is surfshark.com/radfords, or of course you can scan this QR code right up here and that'll take you there as well. Thanks Surfshark for sponsoring this video and supporting our travels over the years. And there you go, that's coming along a treat. Well, what I'm going to do now is put some of these potatoes in here and warm them up. Right, give that another few minutes and we'll be good to go. Oh, perfect. And there we are. Bon appetit. We've got salmon and potatoes at John of Groats. It's looking awful out there, but it's lovely in here. Huh. One of my absolute favourites. That was amazing. Fit for a king. Right, it looks dreadful out there. Car's just finished charging, so I think let's head to Thurso next. That's what the plan is. Now, Thurso is the very last town before going across the top and leaving civilization, if you like, and going into what is almost like a completely different land. So I think we may well stay in Thurso tonight and then make our way across the top tomorrow. Let's drop this smelly fish in the bin, I think. Don't want that stinking up the van, do we? I guess in the height of the summer you won't be able to park it here, right next to the sign, and take some photos. Goodness me, why I'm the only nutter here. Hey, there's nobody here. Absolutely nobody. Oh, right. It's freezing out there, absolutely freezing. Right, whilst we're up here, let's head to Dunnet Head. The weather's great. And here we have it, Dunnet Head. I believe this is the most northerly point of the UK mainland. And look at this, some subscribers to the channel just pulled up. They recognised the buzz. They said it's only Steve Radford. But here we are, Dunnet Head. I believe this is the most northerly part of the UK mainland. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But there you go. If anyone says, have you been to the most northerly point of the UK mainland? And I can say, yeah, done it, mate. So there you go, beautiful lighthouse. And of course you can stay here the night as well. These guys are going to stay here the night. Look at that view over there. Absolutely beautiful. Fantastic. Now they've just invited me in for a cup of tea, but I think I'm going to push on to Thurso right now, take a quick couple of photos and then get back on the road. I've always got stickers and air fresheners with me, so if you see me out on the road, just stop and ask. Sticker and air freshener for you. How's that? Take it easy, guys. See you later. Well, that was funny. Bumping into subscribers on the NC500 right here at Dunnet Head. But she's also from Port Talbot. What's the chance of that? They're Welsh and she's from Port Talbot, the same as where I'm from, so it's a small world. Right, they did invite me to stay and have a cup of tea. They were very welcoming, but I'm going to get back on the road whilst there's still got a little bit of daylight. I want to get to Thurso before it gets dark, and we're going to be cutting it fine, and I can't go too fast. These roads are a little bit treacherous, I must say. I've already had the back end twitching a bit, so I think we'll be a bit careful. So I've been parked up at the Tesco car park in Thurso for about 20 minutes, popped in and used their facilities, and I've been looking for a suitable park up in Thurso for the night, and I can't find one I'm happy with. There's many that you can do that you get moved on, or just boy racers, or just not suitable. Anyway, that's part for night. Jumped on search for sites and I found a pub stop here that seems to be suitable, so I'm going to head there now Now I do have a backup, because when we were here last, we went to the cinema and we stayed in the cinema car park for the night because there was a storm in, so I could always go back and find that cinema. But here we go, the Way In pub. Let's see if I can stay here for the night. There you go, I've just tucked in there. Should be alright. I'm going to head in now and see if it's okay to stay here for the night. Well, I just checked and I'll be fine staying in the car park, so got a nice pint. Cheers. I'm a bit bloated with the beer, so I switched to whiskey. I asked if they got a local. Oh, that smells very smoky. I asked if they got a local one. She said, yeah, Holborn is 5 minutes down the road, so I've got a smoky Holborn. Wow. Wow. That is peaty smoky. That's good. Okay, the whiskey I was drinking, lovely, but it's literally 2 minutes up the road, so I may pay it a visit tomorrow. But I've just come outside and it is freezing and very, very slippery out here today. Right, let's get these blinds shut up. Oh. Bit of privacy in here. And let's get the heating on. So to turn the heating on, I can go and do it from the front, or I can just run the app like this and then literally just go turn on heating, and that'll turn that on for like half an hour unless I turn it off. So, and this place will warm up in 5 minutes. What's the temperature now? It's 9 degrees in here, but we'll have this warm in literally 5-10 minutes. It'll be toasty. Right, let's watch a bit of YouTube. And quick check on the battery. It's 7:20 and I've got 75% of the battery, 138 miles. Let's see what I got in the morning after this thing has kept me warm all night. Watching a bit of YouTube, whilst also backing up all the files from the camera on here and double backing it up on the hard drive just to be sure. So there it is. Right, I'll leave you guys there and I'll catch you in the morning. Good morning. 10 to 9. Had a bit of a lay-in this morning, so I really better get this show on the road. But I'm just looking at the charging infrastructure and there aren't that many chargers going across the top. And I understand that some of them will still need the old RFID card from Charge Scotland. So just to be sure, I want to make sure my batteries are as full as possible and not really risk it and get it down and then come across a charger that's not working maybe. So I'm going to be a little more careful this morning, get this thing topped up and slowly make our way across the very top of Scotland. First thing we're going to do before going across the top is to charge this thing. It's at 66% still, even after keeping me warm last night, and I had the heating on quite a lot. But like I was saying earlier, I don't want to risk anything. Could be chargers out of order. It's a bit treacherous out there, the weather, so let's be sure, get it up to a good state of charge before going across the top of Scotland. This was a great stay for last night. The Way In. I will leave a link in the description, guys. Very friendly people here. You'll see right here there's a nice big Lidl, and in this car park it was so windy in the storms, as soon as she was getting in the door swung and nearly took her nose off. As she was getting in, the wind just took it. It was literally this close to her nose. So here we are at Thurso Leisure Centre. Okay, CCS. So this one is only accepting RFID, no card payment. And these ones right here, quite slow chargers. Yeah, these are destination chargers. They're not going to charge fast at all. Okay, we're already facing problems of needing RFID cards. There is one other rapid charger in Thurso we're going to try out, and that's 7 minutes back towards where we stayed last night. So let's give that one a try. So just coming into Scrabster, which is a ferry port. And they've put a charger down here somewhere, so I just need to find it. Right, I found it. Here it is. Let's see if we can get this working. Access card. I haven't got an access card. So on this charger, I have to go to the web and go to WebPay and put in the ID of the charger. Fingers crossed. Your payment card's been authorised and will debited once your charging session is complete. Charge point is unavailable. The charging session did not start. Please try again. Oh, here we go. It's a repeat of what happened the other day. 515 CCS. Proceed to payment. So this time I'm just using the credit card and I'm not using Apple Pay. Maybe that'll help. So again, it's taking another 40 quid on the card. Is this third time lucky? Come on, work. Come on. Same again. Useless. Okay, so in theory, Inverness might be 2 hours 20 minutes, but it's only 71 miles away to get to Inverness. I've got 120 miles left in here. and of course I need heating for tonight. So there are another 2 rapid chargers across the top that I'm going to try. I think you need the RFID card with them, but I've got to go past them anyway, so let's give them a go and slowly make our way to Inverness. Right, let's try again. And all this over again. I need that RFID card. You see, I found out about this RFID card about 2 weeks ago, and I applied for one, and it still hadn't arrived by the time I left. And here we go again. Reserve 40 quid on my card, begin the charging session, and it's failed again. And one more go. No. Right, there's a phone number here. I'm going to give that a ring, I think. Hi, I'm at my 3rd charging station, and I can't get it to work. Can you help? It sounds like something's kicking in.
Perfect, I can see that it's occupied now.
Performing initial checks. Charging session started. That's fantastic. Brilliant.
Thank you for being so patient. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, not at all. You got me out of trouble. That was the 3rd charger. I was worrying for a minute then.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I do apologise.
Not at all.
The units have been a bit temperamental as to why they're being so cold.
Not at all. That's fine. We're all working. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you.
Take care.
All the best. Bye-bye. And you. Bye-bye. There you go. And relax. I tell you what, range anxiety, because we've owned electric cars for over 10 years, range anxiety is a thing of the past. But I was just starting to get a little bit of range anxiety on this one. But we'll be good. Right, there's public toilets here I can use, and I'm a bit peckish, so I get some food on the cook while that's charging. So when I needed to use that milk up yesterday, I decided to put some muesli in a pot with a bit of milk and soak it overnight. So it's nice and soft now. Just how I like it. I'm also going to put some sausages on to cook for my lunch and make use of the time whilst we're here, because I'll be stopping in about an hour and a half, and these will be perfect then. So the air fryer's over here cooking a treat, and the Clayton is dealing with it fantastically. Look, it's pulling 4 amps from there at the minute, 915 watts. So there's plenty in the battery there. And of course that will start charging as soon as I turn the ignition on and we start driving. And that'll be topped up again in no time. And we're getting a little bit from the solar still as well. That weather's not clever out there. It is dreadful out there, look. There you go, almost done. I think I'll give them just one little turn more. And they'll be good to go. And there you go, the sausages are cooked, and we've still got 83% in the Clayton. That is perfect for this job. If you are interested in a Clayton, guys, I'm going to leave a link in the description. We've got a cracking deal for you. You buy a Clayton using our code at Transporter HQ, and you'll get 10% off anything Clayton. Right, it is going a little bit slow now, so it's at 88%. I think I'll stop it at 90%. That'll do. That'll be enough to get me across the top to Inverness, sleep tonight, and more power to go and find another charging station tomorrow. So you have a passing place here, and you have another passing place just probably another 50 yards up the road, 50, 100 yards up the road. There you go, another passing place here. So it's single track road much of the way across the top, but there are plenty of these passing spaces just here. Look, there's another one right here as well. So yeah, it's easy enough to get round with traffic going both ways. We've arrived at Tongue Causeway, and it is beautiful here. So we stopped here last time for a bit of lunch, and I wanted to stay overnight, but as you can see, there's a no overnight camping, no overnight parking sign, but it is beautiful here. I'd imagine you would get bashed around with the winds and what have you, in the elements, but look at that, just to be surrounded by water on this little spit of land here. I love it. And in fact, we were parked right there, and we had a snowball fight. I remember I took a photo with George and the boys, and what memories. Christmas 2016. And they've grown up now though, eh? Right, let's jump in here and and get some sausage sarnies, eh? Ooh. There we are. Can't beat a sausage sarnie. Perfect. And back on the road. It is bitterly cold out there. I would be visiting more places, but it's just too cold. So, bit of lunch there on the Ton Causeway, and we're heading towards Inverness. Now it's about an hour left of the top of the NC500 to get to Inverness, and I want to show you what happened when we were last in Inverness in Christmas 2016. So Christmas 2016, we were doing the NC500 in a brand new motorhome, but I wanted to find somewhere to stop for Christmas Day, and I found the Smooth Cave Hotel, and the boys played in the bar with one of the local kids, played on their iPads. We just had a great time on Christmas Eve. Then we came out here where we was parked here, and this is in the middle of two storms. Okay, we've been down the pub all afternoon.
Yeah.
Lindsay's had a bottle of wine and a gin and tonic. And that noise is hailstones on the van.
Yeah, very odd.
There you go, it's just eased off. Wow.
I'm glad we came back a minute ago.
Awesome, eh? Right. How's Christmas Day been, boys?
Good. Great.
We had Christmas dinner, which took all day. It took Lindsay all day to make Christmas dinner in the oven. The boys were playing in a very Christmassy. It was just beautiful, beautiful memories.
Yeah, we're just getting ready for Christmas.
Are you?
Yeah.
Who's all this for?
We couldn't decide whether to go for a big mince pie or a little mince pie, so we did both. And we've got a carrot and a clementine for Father Christmas.
Awesome. But the storm kicked up on Christmas Day night and into Boxing Day, and it was around about 3-4 o'clock in the morning that we got up, and we said we've got to move. The whole van was shaking around. It was over 100-mile-an-hour winds, and you see here we are in between the buildings here, but we were still getting shook about, and I just thought this thing is going to go over or it's going to get damaged. So we had a cup of tea, we had a look on Google Maps, and Lindsay found somewhere a little more suitable just down the road, which I'll show you in a moment. So I literally drove down here at about 5 miles an hour in the middle of the night. It was actually quite terrifying. The boys were still asleep in the back at the time. So we drove past Smooth Cave, up the hill, up here, and what Lindsay had found was a brand new building, and there it is over there. It's the biggest building we could find in the area. Inverness Village Hall Garden. Oh, no overnight parking, right. This was an emergency, but I remember coming in here and I just saw this big building. The wind was coming from that way, and I literally parked the van right here. Now, when the boys woke the next morning and looked outside, they knew we'd moved. But they didn't know how it had happened. We'd miraculously just disappeared and appeared at a new location. But it was still windy out there, although we were still very protected by this building here. Fortunately, we're hiding behind the building, so it's not that windy, but let's venture over this way and have a look. There's our shelter for the night. Now, leaving the van there, I noticed that Smooth Cave was literally a short walk just down here, and I asked the boys if they wanted to come. George decided to stay behind, and me and Eddie and Harry donned our coats, donned everything, our boots, and went and ventured through Storm Connor's winds, which were over 100 miles an hour. And I remember walking this way, up here, and up to this gate, where there was snow on the ground, the other side of the gate. And I think Harry picked up the snow, and you could just see it flying out of his hands. And they were stood right there, just trying to stand up diagonally into the wind. What memories. Anyway, we then went down and visited Smooth Cave, which was awesome. And then we came back and just chilled in the van again.
doing good.
What are we playing?
Logo.
Nothing. Something.
And who won?
Me.
Yes. And we got a fire going over there, haven't we? A roaring fire, look. Look. A rip-roaring fire going over there. Okay, go for it. Go.
No, we've got 2 off the table. So
We already had 2.
yeah, another one's already gone down.
Happy Boxing Day, everyone.
Happy Boxing Day. Happy Boxing Day.
We couldn't leave. Everyone was saying it's just too windy to leave Inverness and go down that road, so we stayed another day. Reluctantly, which put us a little bit behind, if I remember rightly, because we was going to do the Isle of Skye, but because we spent 2 days here, we couldn't do that on the way back. But there we are. This van's a little smaller than the last one, and the winds aren't as fierce today, although it's still very, very cold. Right, although I've got 62% still in the battery, I do want to keep it topped up, so let's pop by Inverness electric car charging point and see if I can get that working. And here it is. Right, it's exactly the same one as last time, and I don't think this is going to work unless I've got the RFID card. So that's another Charge Scotland charger that isn't working. But we're going past Sango Sands campsite now. We retreated in there and literally hid on the second night after the storms, or during the storms. And although the facilities were closed, we managed to top up with the water, get everyone through the shower and what have you, until the storms cleared and we were able to leave Inverness the next morning.
Last Christmas I gave you my heart. The very next day I gave it away.
It was dramatic, but it was a lot of fun and a lot of fond memories for them boys. So there we are. Wish that we could do it again, but I doubt we're going to do it as a family of 5 again, which is why I thought I'd retrace our roots doing it in our ID Buzz. And right here we have Balmakel Beach, or however you pronounce it. Look at that. One of you guys got on our social media and said we should visit this. I didn't check it out last time we were here, so I thought I'd come and have a look now, and it looks stunning. This would definitely be the place to be in the summer. But I'm not going out there now. It is bitterly cold out there. Right, onwards. Next, I'm going to tackle the West Coast, which is known to be the most picturesque part of the NC500. Oh, it looks like this one will take card payment. We'll take the CCS, thank you. Starting, please wait. Yay, perfect. So it's 50% charged, only charging at 38 kilowatts an hour. So to fully charge, it's going to take around about an hour. But also it says no overnight camping here as well. So I'll have to move when I'm done. Right, I've only charged it to 80% because it's going really slow. It's going to be another 20 odd minutes. But that'll be good for us for tonight. Now to try and find a suitable park-up. One of you guys in the comments on our Facebook recommended Old Shoremore Beach, which I've just gone to view. It looks nice, but unfortunately it's no overnight parking, no overnight camping on that one, so I can't stay there tonight. It's getting dark. I need to find somewhere pretty pronto, and they don't like just parking anywhere here. There's a lot of signs up saying no parking, no camping, no overnighting. We don't upset the locals, do we? We need to abide by the rules. Okay, so I found Scoury campsite. I quite fancy a shower in the morning, so I thought I'd figure I'd get a campsite for tonight. And here it is, the shower's there, but it seems that there's one van here. The place is bloody empty. And reception isn't manned, but it says new arrivals, find a pitch, and meet a reception at 5 PM to pay. So I guess that's what we'll do. There's a nice bit right here, right up top, overlooking the sea, but you'd be open to the elements here. So I think I'll find somewhere a little bit more protected. And these guys are here. I could go for pitch number 1 right here. Well, there's some more pitches here, overlooking the sea. Again, it's very open. Right, that's us parked up there for the night. But I saw a pub on the way in, so let's go and check that out. Right, I've just checked in the campsite. £13 for the night without electric. If I wanted electric, it'd be £20 for the night. But there you go. But look, I'm in the bar, I'm having a few pints. I'm going to call it a day. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
Merry Christmas!